Good morning, viewers, and welcome to Your View. Thank you for joining us. My name is Murayo Afolabi Brown, and as always, I have my lovely, lovely co-host with me, Mike in the building. How you doing? They have missed you. Where is Waike? Where did you go? Thank you so much for the goodies you got for us. We're so happy.
Thank you.
I'm smelling very nice this morning.
It is well. How is everything? Yeah, it is well. It is well. How are you doing though? How's your trip?
Fine, it was fine. I got bitten by a jellyfish.
Where? Which part of the country?
Tenerife.
Where is that?
It's off the island, off the coast of Spain or something.
Serious?
Jellyfish. I heard it too.
It was like a sting or something.
I was swimming in the water. I even thought it was a shark that had come to bite me. I said, yeah, something has bitten me. Everybody was looking at me. What was she saying?
She left a scar?
Of course she left a scar.
Are you for real?
It's like a burn. It's like a serious burn, you know.
Did you go alone? No. Better not go alone. Are you with your partner? Thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying to get my groove back. You know, it's important to get your groove back.
I was watching you.
Better not lead to another set of twins because, man, I ain't even trying that. Right now.
I have to thank my mom because this morning I conscripted her to weave in my hair for me. I said no, the hair is already rough, so she had to weave the hair. And you know, mothers, they can't say no. She didn't have a choice, and I like it.
So you look nice though. I like the black and white.
To say, I noticed a lot of people are going natural, and I'm really proud of
you guys. Our mentor in the matter.
I saw Blessing, and I saw Veronica too. Everybody's looking like African.
Me, it is difficult. I don't have full hair.
But you know something?
You will get it.
Remarkable about this. Everybody looks at me and think like, oh, why did you go natural? And I said, dated 60 years ago, everybody was like this. It was strange to have a straight hair.
Imagine.
So while we're going back to it, it looks like it's
Brazil will come and face us.
They're not talking about money again. No
That's true now. They're Brazilian hair.
Nobody will buy that.
All right, we have a news mention this morning. Lagos state government has alerted the public to a scam by unscrupulous Nigerians peddling Ebola virus test kits called Rapid Response Canada. To beware of such people, because Lagos State says there is no test kit for Ebola virus. That is a hoax to rip off unsuspecting Nigerians of their hard-earned money. Somebody go, share Ebola, don't, there's a kit. Yeah, it's called Canada, something. Use it.
Sharp Nigeria.
Is that sharp? Or is that foolishness?
No, it's actually a very, very sharp, smart business move. However, if it is going to, I think they should have done the proper research and come up with something substantial and not just steal people's money, because this is stealing their money. The idea is good. The idea of packaging something for tests. No, the idea of packaging something that will help you detect Ebola is good.
No,
but when it is done wrongly,
what is wrong, Tokpe. They will be deceiving people that this is.
The whole world has no cure. It is now then in Kwaja that they have a cure.
It's not a cure. It is to test you. So people, there should be. This is the market. People want a test kit, so they should produce something. Think and produce rather than using it, doing it.
Yes, you're going to do something.
This whole test kit thing shouldn't be private, because this is what we will get. Government should. This is an epidemic. Government should take over the entire process. Provision of test kits, treatment, everything. The PPE
is fake.
It's fake.
The one that these people is private. It's privately sold. It's a private thing. We should have regulators. Government should be the one providing.
No, that's 419. This is 419.
This is what I'm saying.
This is just plain 419.
If I can have access to sell, because it's a capitalist system, I can import and sell anything. I could sell fake to you. This is an epidemic. To be sure that we have the right thing. Government should be the direct supplier of anything that these people will sell.
Point taken. On that note,
I think that the people are being innovative is now they're making hand sanitizers. I bought hand sanitizers from an Igbo guy who came to Shrine with his hand sanitizer. So I bought a carton. That is his thinking.
He made that.
Yeah, he made it. That's not making it here. But that is a good thought.
That was good, because hopefully you come and supply us in the office, because we have sanitizer over there and it's expensive to keep importing them. So please give the guy's number to us so that we can encourage the Nigerian business.
Yes.
On that note, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go through the front pages of the newspapers. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to start with Punch. It's all over the papers. OBJ's son. The Punch, Obasanjo's soldier's son, shot by Boko Haram. Heavy battle in Michika as military recaptures Gulag. Ebola, doctors reject September 22nd school's resumption date. Ibadan police student accuses soldier of rape. PDP to woo South-South APC members for Jonathan. All right, this Obasanjo story is all over the papers, in every single newspaper, the headline. So let's talk about it very quickly, because I personally was very impressed that Obasanjo's son was actually amongst, now I know they are fighting. Before there's still this thing that, are they really fighting? Is it that the insurgents are overpowering them? But to know that the whole OBJ son is amongst those, it was actually, he was leading a platoon, and this platoon was attacked. I mean, I feel like, okay, they are really fighting.
Apart from that, for me, is a bit of, I now have a level of respect for the former president, because I am aware that in the military, certain colonel, and if your father is a past military person, you don't get to be in the war front. You could sit in an office and become a colonel, you keep growing in your ranks, but you will never actually take part in battle. But for me to see Obasanjo's son in battle and actually got wounded, it's something that
I have a newfound respect for Obasanjo too, honestly.
Okay.
I just have this new.
Well,
but why guys not buying it? Because
I think the respect should go to his son. Because in most
Thank you
cases,
very much,
it should just respect. It is the man's. It's not Obasanjo that put him there. He's not motivated by Obasanjo to stay there.
But Obasanjo is his father.
So,
He just say it's not like his father. So
this is Nigeria.
whatever they say.
Did Obasanjo himself not fight in the war?
That's what we're saying. Now, what you have, even
you are
in the
soldier,
what you
soldier,
have is that,
The analysis you gave
deployment
shows that this man was willing to fight, because it wasn't he could easily sit down and say, my father was the former president twice. I don't want to face battle.
Yes.
But he was willing to go and fight.
The father can also say, that's my son.
Go to him.
Fine.
Excuse me, Shebi Yabo said that he doesn't look at his children, he doesn't look after his children. Didn't Yabo say that in her letter?
Well, let's not go there. There's a conflicting story that you were going to
We talk about that on the Obasanjo issue.
No.
That's what we're talking about in the Punch. All right, moving on to Vanguard, major headline. OBJ, as I say, is all over the papers. Obasanjo's son shot in Mubi attack. Oni Alaafin rivalry resurfaces. Ebola, federal government decries selective quarantine of Nigerians. Kayode Adenroti is new Lagos CP, that's Commissioner of Police. And Dimba Igwe, IGP orders full investigation as NPAN mourns and others mourn. All right, Alaafin and Oni, who has this story? Because me, I don't understand this
read
matter.
That I had to get a short lecture in who Oronyo is, because and they explained to me that the quarrel is based on Oronyo. Oronyo is the son of what's the ancestor of Yoruba? The ancestor of Orumila, yeah. He's the son of Orumila. And so he has a shrine that is domiciled in Ile-Ife. But Oyo Alaafin claims ownership of it, because Alaafin is the Alaafin. They're like, everything originates from Oyo. Yeah. So they feel that they should be the one to be in custody of the Oronyo. And so they made a festival around it. For the past 3 years, they've been marking that festival every year. So marking it again now, Oni now says that, no, you don't have a right to mark this. It is our property. It belongs to Oni.
I was going to say that, I also read the report. The Oyo people are saying that they have 2 shrines in Oyo. One in Agbaki and the other one in Ajiroba in Oyo, that they've always had a festival to honor this progenitor that they believe to. They've had families, so they had the shrines. People have been going there to worship. Now they just wanted to make it a tourist attraction, a major thing 3 years ago, and the Ife people are contradicting it.
Because the Okpo
actually
is in Ife.
In Ife.
Because I know my father took me there years and years ago.
What the Oba now said, that's the Oba Lamida Day, and he said that Oronyo is a progenitor for the Yoruba race. There is a shrine, we have 2 shrines. Benin, this Benin Republic, they also have a shrine. Ife also has a shrine. So everybody can have a shrine to worship this progenitor. But we made a festival out of it. I was going to make money from it. So obviously they're not happy.
All right. Congratulations. Moving on to The Nation.
Fighting over a god.
The Nation, major headline. Obasanjo's son injured in Boko Haram ambush. Ebola fully controlled, say minister. Really? Lagos, Kwara, Oyo get police chiefs. El Zakzaki rejects Jonathan sorry. And 50 shops gone in Lagos fire. All right. Did anybody read the story on El Zakzaki?
I did.
What happened?
The
3 sons.
Yes,
Hey,
during
Jehovah.
a procession sometime last year, 3 of his sons were killed along with 30 other people.
Last year.
Yes, I think last year or this early
Was
this
early
year.
this year. Already.
Early this
3
year.
of his sons and about 30 other people were killed, and then he got a phone call from Mr. President to
Says-
apologize. Now the delegation from the Human Rights Commission went to see him. He was now telling them that what he expects is justice,
Yes,
because
not
people
sorry.
that killed his sons and
Still
those other
looking
people
for
were
him.
traceable. They are known people,
Yeah.
you know, military, Nigerian military.
Yes, he said security
Said-
officers.
and
He said, was in the
colonel-
military? Or
Yes,
just,
he said the military. He said the colonel in the military actually stabbed his sons and stamped on them with his feet.
And I
so-
must
that's
say that
cruel.
I read the report when it just took place, and it was a peaceful protest. They were just protesting in accordance with every
With
other
their celebration
Muslims,
codes and all
3
that.
sons of the
Yes.
same father.
Can you imagine?
They stabbed
And
them.
they were not harmed. They were not harmed.
They
It
were not
wasn't.
harmed.
It wasn't.
All
It was not
petty
fighting.
So
people.
the point is like, listen, the president, don't call me and say sorry.
Justice.
Find the person that killed them
Yes.
and
It's as simple
and
as that.
that's
Simple
it.
as
That's
that.
not about
Simple as
sorry.
that.
So painful. Moving
when
on to Daily Sun.
When it comes to things like this, they will just bomole. Nobody will do
Eh.
anything.
Now say sorry.
Eh.
Can you carry 3 of your own sons and go and kill like that, and you don't somebody don't tell you sorry? Daily Sun, major headline. Boko Haram shoots Obasanjo's son. All the papers are milking this story. Dingba Igwe will get his killer, IGP, Inspector General Police. Oshun Guba, PDP rejects Akeju as wreck. Ebola, 18-month-old baby isolated. Wow. Soldier ripped me thrice, Ibadan police student. Probe, Sheriff Ihejirika split Borno MB. Okay, there are lots of stories here. We got to pick at least 2 or 3. Let's talk about the girl that was raped first.
Yes, I think that's the most important story on that. In
One
that
of,
paper.
yes.
Yeah. The girl said she had escorted her friend, and when on her way back, the soldier stopped and said, "You are a cult member." "I'm not a cult member." "Okay, come." He now took her to the station, asked her to strip naked. He wanted to check if her body had a
tattoo from cult.
from the cult, and then he now put a knife to her throat and then raped her.
3 times.
Other soldiers were walking up and down. Nobody said anything, which so that shows that it's a regular
Normal
thing. It's normal. He raped her, but maybe she was also not going to keep quiet, so she went home.
She ran.
And
Said the guy wanted to get a cloth to cover up. She
23.
ran off.
She ran.
21.
No, I read in the Sun, they wrote 23
23,
year old,
okay.
23 year old studying mass comm. I wonder why a male soldier had to be the one to watch her strip, because these are things I think we don't know our rights.
so painful.
It shouldn't be a male soldier.
Okay,
It
now,
should probably be
obviously,
female.
Apart from that,
obviously.
they had nothing to do with
It's a-
street.
it's a case
He was
of
going to rape her from day
oppression.
one.
Yes,
That was
yes.
the reason why he went to Ghana in the first place, was for rape. But my
wasn't-
point is that, do we have to call this woman again, this Joy Odumaki, all the time? Can we women just stand up and just insist that this girl gets justice? I was going to think of, because the first thing that came to my mind is, Joy Odumaki, should we call her to come and take this case up? But it's unfair that she's the only one that we're seeing in front. We
There are
all should
others
come out and
fighting it.
just
There are others
fight this
fighting it.
cause.
And the annoying part of it is the soldier has confessed and said he's sorry.
Exactly.
Yes.
But the Oyo State government is saying, no, nothing like that happened.
Baseless.
Baseless. Can you imagine?
Apart from that, they took the girl to the police station. They requested, they get the evidence, which is usually the procedure to get evidence of, any such thing.
They didn't have the glove. They had to go and buy.
The hospital just wasted that evidence, knowing fully well they didn't have the procedure. They wasted the opportunity to get it.
Yes.
And now they are leaving everything to the girl. Giving the police the opportunity to get this man out of it.
The doctor was now checking with torchlight.
Torchlight and saying,
Jehovah, Father has
to
mercy.
get a swap, and that's God.
A young girl was raped.
This shows how far, how low our thoughts about our human respect. We don't respect human beings. The hospital system is not working. Even in the case of within Ebola crisis,
One
in
thing
the
that is
country,
commendable is
hospitals
that
don't have gloves.
What's
Murayo.
commendable?
The girl wants justice. She didn't, because of the fear of stigmatization.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
that is
I'm happy
and
she
hide
did.
herself.
That's a good thing.
She's demanding justice, and I hope she
I
gets
just hope we
it.
can just continue and find this story and push this story. All right, let's move on to the Guardian, our last paper for this morning. Boko Haram kills 24 soldiers, injures Obasanjo's son. Government confirms new Ebola case in Rivers State. We got to talk about Ebola. And the first batch of pilgrims for this year's Hajj. I thought they banned it. Okay, no, that was a requirement from the confab, so it's not even implemented. Lagos Ministry, Dettol partner on Ebola campaign. Lagos, Ekiti, other states get new police commissioners. All right, Ebola. One paper is saying there's no more Ebola. Another person is saying they just discovered the case in Rivers State. What
Definitely
exactly is it?
contradictory reports, but the Guardian is clear. It's saying that there's a new case a new case now for a fiancé of someone that had direct contact with Sawyer that lives in Port Harcourt. And then there's a baby. I read somewhere that an 18-month-old baby that is being quarantined right now. It's clear definitely that they've not contained Ebola. No, they have not. They have not, because new cases are coming up and they're still on connected. So people under surveillance. They're not really watching over.
No, they are under surveillance now.
The reports are conflicting. I read it all through the weekend, and I am shocked that with the kind of crowd in that city, they've not accessed. It's the few people that come out every time that they have. Surveillance should mean these are the contacts you've had over the years. This and this set of people are under surveillance. They should be watched, not that they have freedom to move around.
Right. We'll talk about Ebola because that's our hot topic anyway. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, more on Ebola. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're back. Nigeria has recorded 7 deaths from 18 cases of the Ebola virus, with about 296 people under surveillance. It is very disturbing to note that the scale of panic and paranoia associated with the virus has paralyzed the ability of health workers to carry out their duties and provide life-saving health services. What more measures can we do to control this Ebola scare in the country? Now, the reports we've gotten from the federal government, they have somewhat contained this to a level. However, the people are being affected because you go to the health facilities and you're complaining of malaria and nobody wants to touch you. Or you've seen cases just like in Yenogua, where somebody comes in and either vomiting or displaying symptoms and the nurses flee. Say, you know what, I'm not going to touch you. And somebody ended up dying. I think one of the reports we got, the person actually died because of negligence.
When the British ambassador, deputy high commissioner, entered and he fainted, he was holding his chest.
He didn't get proper response.
He didn't get proper response, right?
See,
he fainted. Everybody said, Ebola.
That's the Nigerian.
As much as that's why what she said. We've not contained it. I beg to differ, because we've done fantastic
in some states.
In
some states.
Don't say that. Even I watched this report, his press conference yesterday. That's the Minister of Health press conference yesterday. They've done a fantastic job considering the population of Nigeria and how unprepared we were for this crisis. But I don't think that the government has educated all medical workers well enough to ensure that they know how to respond to this. It is obvious they don't know how to respond to it.
I think the issue we're having is that they help, because almost every illness you have in Nigeria starts with a fever.
Temperature.
So there's no way you go to the hospital to get cured without temperature.
I'm just afraid that if I ever get malaria or something and I go to the hospital, because nobody's going to want to treat you.
So the cure to this is to educate the health workers.
Let me hear from Nima. Nima is just shaking her head and shaking her body, shaking everything.
I want to disagree.
Oh yeah, what is it?
On Saturday at a party, I met a doctor, one of our fans, who talked about how they now treat these Ebola patients. In fact, he gave me 2 instances of he himself leaving a patient. And then another doctor who had a baby, when they brought a patient to the hospital, they took her temperature, was above normal, they just left her. Everybody left her. Now the reality is this. They would leave her because they cannot take Ebola back home to their loved ones. This is it. That is the reality. I asked several questions that this PPE, personal, whatever, do you have access to it? He said no. These are things that we have an epidemic.
Isn't it available in market and they go and buy it? Must the federal government provide this for them?
Yes, so.
No. I disagree.
Why can't they go and buy it in the market?
Provide it for the general hospitals and the government.
Then you can
private hospitals. If you have a private hospital, either you close it down.
A patient
What are you saying?
This is wait. Testing kits should be made available. Generally, everybody should even have access to it.
They should go and buy it in the market, Nima.
This is it. This is my point. If you sincerely want to contain this as a government, you sincerely want to contain it, you will leave no cost at all. Should be
too much.
It's too much to contain it. We can spend billions having a confab for a constitution that we might not. We are still not even
adopted,
getting amended. We should be able to provide PPEs, testing kits. It should be generally provided.
Let me hear from YK.
You can provide it. You can make it available. But if you own a private hospital, it is your duty, because you are the one making. Government is not making money from you. You are the one making money from people. So This is not an epidemic yet. We are not.
I don't understand.
Proportions.
It's not.
It is not epidemic
Don't
proportions.
say that word.
No. I'm saying what I'm saying, and I believe in it.
Okay, no problem.
Because I have
What is an
health
epidemic?
family members.
What is an epidemic?
This Ebola is something that is easily spread
Okay.
by merely touching. Now, and as an health worker, you have a sick person in front of you that has a high temperature, and you have attended to that person, you have picked it up, you take it out. Just because you cannot have what they wear is they just wear gloves.
Wait, one second.
Ridiculously, some
Nima, one second.
provide
Nima,
water
what I'm
for
hearing
hands.
you say is that doctors should protect themselves, and the government should take responsibility
And
to
provide, make it
protect them.
accessible.
Fine, but you see,
shouldn't
in
be
a
about
situation
cost.
where you have a child, God forbid your child is very ill, and you not get to the hospital, and you need urgent medical attention, and the doctor say, we don't have PPE, I can't, please take her to your house, go and give her my Panadol.
Can I say something?
Now,
How would you feel?
No, can I say
Let me
something?
talk
Because we cannot blindly support ills, wrong things going on. We can't. Medical workers are trained to handle sicknesses and diseases, whether it is contagious or not. Most diseases that are contagious, you were supposed to be trained to handle it. It is a course you take while you are going through your medical studies. Now, when you come across such, you should already have protective measures. You should have your gloves, your clothes. What the hospital should do, general and private, provide the medical medical health workers around you with kits to protect themselves so they can give treatment to people
They should also
irrespective
provide
of whether they are Ebola patients or not.
Can I just buttress your point, Tokwe? See, TVC, I was passing the clinic, they have a sanitizer. If you come to Shrine, we have sanitizer. We are waiting for government to provide sanitizer for us. Because if you catch it, it's the government that will come and
It's true now.
What are you saying?
You can control
Protect yourself.
Control the kind of people. Now,
No, do you wait?
Let me
Nima,
explain
one second.
something.
I'll let you explain. Okay. But do you understand Waike's point?
Very well.
Okay.
Very well. That's
Alright.
why I want to answer.
Okay.
Now, people that will come to Shrine are practically healthy people. You know, they want to catch fun.
You don't know that?
A very sick person.
You don't know that?
A very sick person is the person whose Ebola is, now volatile to any other person. You must ordinarily be sick already. And your Ebola would have manifested to some extent. The first place of contact is the hospital.
Nima,
The first place of contact is the hospital.
Okay, we'll come back to Nima. Let's go to Bosse.
me.
Good morning, Bosse.
Good morning.
How are you?
First-time caller.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
I've always tried to call you, but not always going through. You always have Yakub.
I'm telling you, I don't know how Yakub, God knows God that guy uses. Go ahead.
Okay, my contribution about this glove thingy. I think it's even worse because I don't believe that the doctors replace the gloves they wear to treat patients. Do you understand? Like, if you touch an Ebola patient, do you change it immediately to touch before you touch another patient? Is that not how it gets transferred?
They're supposed to throw it away.
True.
They're supposed to throw them away.
Because I was watching a clip on TVC. There was an interview or something on site, and there was a health worker. He was scratching his face with his glove.
Imagine.
He was touching his
He has
face.
transferred.
And then I'm sure he was going to touch somebody else there. I'm like, is this guy aware of what he's doing?
You're right. Thank you very much, Bosse.
Exactly. That is what Nima should be saying. Nima should be saying the government should be educating them. Educating them. That is what the government has responsibility.
The job of the government is to put structures in place.
Thank
That
you.
is the job of the government. So
What kind
what
of
I
structures?
feel we should
What
hold the
kind of
government
structures?
liable for is that how many seminars has the government organized over the course of this Ebola entry into the country to educate all medical
Health
workers. And I'm saying not just doctors, not just nurses, even assistants in the hospital. Every single one of them should be educated to know how to address it. If a patient comes to the hospital seriously burning hurt and is vomiting, the first thing not to do, you don't just stay from the person and let the person die on the floor, even if it might be malaria or Lassa fever. You should protect yourself and take care of that person to ensure that person you don't lose that life. It might not be Ebola.
All right, let me take a Coyote call. Good morning, Coyote.
Hello, it's Henry.
Oh, Henry, go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I'm calling you from Igby.
From okay.
Igby, Koto Igby.
Go ahead, Kotun.
Yeah, what I want to say is that most of the time, you guys, I know you are doing a good job, but if you don't just come in on air and start auditing the federal government. Like my sister is saying that the hospitals are supposed to provide necessary equipment, at least to save themselves from passing Ebola disease or whatever. Private hospitals cannot use for federal government because some private hospitals are not even registered. They are not, nobody knows them because they are located in places where it's easier. So how would the federal government start start treating those hospitals.
Okay.
So that's just it.
All right,
Thank you.
I
You-
think
you go
what
to
I,
some-
okay,
answer.
well, I think what I have an idea was, but see, I don't want Nima to be alone on this argument because I have an idea what she's talking about. What she just said that for governments that take their citizens very, very seriously, if they can allocate billions of dollars to XYZ projects, if this is so important to the Nigerian government, they should somehow at least subsidize or get something where these materials are being thrown out. So I think I understand what she, but I also agree that the private hospitals should take responsibility also and get some of this equipment and protect their staff. I don't say because you are sick now, you not enter.
You are waiting for federal government, so all your staff should catch.
It is a private business and it's to take responsibility for his cost and his staff. He can turn out any patient. You can't blame him for that because he has to bear the cost.
I think I have
Now,
Nimata's call. Good morning, Nimata. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead. Thank.
Yes. The first thing, please, I want to admire Auntie Jenny. Good morning.
Good morning.
Then the thing is, the glove or no glove, God help us.
Amen.
Everybody, some person somewhere is using this as a means of livelihood because we are all trying our best to not to be infected. But I think that some people, I was somewhere like last week and they suspected a patient with it, but they were claiming not to have the equipment and government is saying they gave them. So I don't know how we can help ourselves.
Thank you so much.
Mariah, can I say something? I don't know of, but if any medical personnel knows, they could tweet at us to let us know if they've been trained by any government parastatal. Because all these things we're saying, these people are ignorant of how to help themselves, so they are just running away from the crisis. Now, instead of just castigating the government, let's advise on what to do. Train these people.
Yeah.
Like
Have a
Nima
list
said,
of advice.
get the facilities, the products they need. Oh, they need to have gloves, they need to have all those protective equipment. Let it be within reach for them.
I'd like to believe the government have done what you just said because that's like so
That is not the reality.
fundamental.
I
Yeah.
talked with the doctor on Saturday. The reality is that they don't have access to this, and he's working for a hospital that cannot afford to provide it.
What is he? What
we
is he
have
only in a
a
hospital
serious
for?
situation on ground. Private hospitals.
You see, this is what I'm saying. There are too many mushroom hospitals.
I even know a doctor who trained at the IDH, infectious disease hospitals. We have infectious disease hospitals who cannot even cater for this. They cannot.
Okay. Well, she tells
So the government needs to do
when you
more.
talk about
Yeah.
infectious disease hospitals, those are government.
I'm not willing to draw the line until
We
then.
will argue.
Anyways.
I'm not willing to draw the
we will
line.
agree
Alright,
with
on that
you.
note, we need to move
Well,
on.
you open
I think
one
I have-
mushroom
let's take-
hospital.
Let me take my final call this morning. Caleb, I believe. Good morning. Are you there?
Yes, good morning.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Maryland.
Hi. Go ahead.
I'm the first caller.
Yay! Welcome to the show.
My own contribution is this. I'm in support of what Mrs. Lima is talking about. In my own opinion, federal government have the responsibility of securing the life of every citizen in Nigeria.
Okay.
If you say that each hospital or doctor should provide for what they need, I think the charges that they are going to be charging each patient will be so high. So there should be subsidy. Government should subsidize this.
Okay.
Government should
All
be
right.
able to provide all these necessary kits so that
All right.
the doctor can easily attend to any patient that is sick, and
Okay.
they will not be running away from them.
Thank you very much.
I'm in support that government has responsibility.
What of all those mushroom hospitals
All right.
They can
Thank-
regulate
that are not even registered with
Let's
anybody?
take some tweets and we can close.
Okay, Alawode James Jumoke says, PPE should be provided for everyone. If a patient has high fever, then the doctor will attend to everyone after attending to him. Then Mark John Adebola says, please, what is government doing for the safety of children now that they've released resumption dates? I doubt if they are truly training teachers.
That's another issue. All right.
Yes,
We're going
it's
to take a
serious
quick
issue
break. Yeah,
that we
serious
should have
issue. We're gonna
talked
talk
about, yeah.
All right. Fruits are essential for healthy living. How do we incorporate them into our daily eating? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This season, Art Express paints the expressions of coordinated mastery, symphonies unmatched, and rhythmic steps in time. Bringing arts and the art to the threshold of all. I am Tolulope Lamidi. Join me on the Arts Express every Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. right here on Television Continental.
Get the latest news and gist in the world of entertainment, fashion, lifestyle, and sports on tvcontinental.tv. Plus, click on the live streaming button to watch all our programs. Download the TVC entertainment apps on your iPad, iPhone, iPod, iTouch, BlackBerry, via mobile.tvcontinental.tv or visit the Windows, Apple, and Android stores. Watch TVCE on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Brighten up your day. Stay entertained. Log on to tvcontinental.tv.
Hi, I'm Lola, and my diary is a pack of fun. You know, like I always say, being out and about is not an option. It's a lifestyle. Hey, what's going on here? Hey, hey, Lola, aren't you part of your diary? Please tell Lola, this time we're going to all the events together.
Is your wedding, birthday, or corporate event the talk of the town? Event Diary is all you need to showcase the glamorous and beautiful moments. For bookings, please call 01-738-7720 or 0708-066-8004 or visit Television Continental Commercial Department, 1 Continental Way, FCMD Road, Ikosi, Magodo, Lagos.
Welcome back. I love food. Eating fruits has tremendous health benefits and is a key to a healthy lifestyle. Having a good understanding of fruits and the right way to incorporate them in our diet is just to get the optimal health benefits, to enjoy the pleasure of eating fruits. Joining us to teach us how to do this is our darling Chef How you doing?
Fregzs. I'm always saying
Chef Fregzs. Okay, how you doing?
I'm good.
It's so good to have you back.
Thank you for having me, and congrats on your twins.
Thank you. Last time you came, you didn't do practical, but I'm happy that you're doing practical today because yummy, yummy, yummy. So how do we go about? See, everybody said fruits now. We must eat fruits. How do we incorporate fruits in our daily diet?
I mean, the regular Nigerian thing is to cut up fruit. Well, generally worldwide, let's not just make it Nigeria, but Nigerians are very passionate about a fruit salad.
Yeah.
You know, a few pawpaws, a few pineapples and watermelon, call it a day. Yeah. But there's so much you can do with fruit. I wish I could do more on set today, but I'll be explaining to you different ways how you can incorporate fruit in your
now for a breakfast. Well,
yes.
What do we do in breakfast? Because do we have to have fruits with breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or can we just?
That's part of what I want to explain to people today. People need to understand that you can try and incorporate. You know, they'll tell you 5 a day keeps the doctor away. So try and have it in the morning, try and have it in the afternoon, and fruits.
Expensive.
No, wait. Try and have it as much as you can. That's what I'm trying to say. Not necessarily morning. So depending on your diet or your schedule or when you have time, you can do maybe fruits in the morning or they will advise you have fruit before dinner so you are not eating. They tell you to eat lightest at dinner. You know, you shouldn't have so much carbohydrates at dinner because your body is kind of shutting down. So in the afternoon, you can have your carbohydrates, so you may not have fruits then. But to help, like, you know, you're supposed to sleep better and whatnot at night. So it's better you can have fruits, like maybe an apple before your dinner, a grapefruit before your dinner. For breakfast, like we have here, we have oats, Quaker oats. Everybody, it's a general thing. Some people don't like it, some people like it. But you see, oats are packed with fiber. It's very good. It helps lower cholesterol. It helps, it's fiber, so your stomach will digest food better when you have it. And it's a slow releasing energy food. So your energy doesn't just go like that throughout the day. It's, you know, you have energy for a longer time. So instead of having it plain old with just sugar or milk, we've sweetened ours with honey today.
So you don't use sugar at all?
Well, if you're trying to eat healthier, you know, there's honey, and you can use. I don't
eat it without sugar at all because I hate sugar.
Funny enough, I have mine with a pinch of salt, just a tiny pinch, and I enjoy it like that. No sugar, no milk.
I eat mine with raisins. I just throw raisins in, and
yes,
that's it.
You see now, raisins for me are an annoying kind of sweetness. So you can do raisins, and sometimes some raisins are dried with sugar to make it last longer. So you need to be careful. But here we've done it with fresh bananas, fresh strawberries. I know people say,
can I just take that? Okay.
Fresh strawberries, fresh bananas, and fresh grapefruit. No, not grapefruit, sorry, grapes. Now, people will say, oh, but strawberries are expensive. Or, it's not every time.
They are expensive.
It's not every time.
They don't sell them in Nigeria.
And they're not very sweet.
They do. That's what I was going to say now. It's a bit more popular in Nigeria now. This I got from a local small market near my house. This is not from.
But it's never really sweet. The ones I get here,
yes,
they're hardly sweet. Because
now you have to get them seasonally. Sometimes some are like factory produced. I don't know, made in a greenhouse. So in or out of season they will make them. But sometimes like now.
Your house must be in Ikoyi.
No, my house is not in Ikoyi. I stay on the mainland. You know, it's not a fancy.
I've never seen strawberries in Ikeja.
No, you in Ikeja you have to go to maybe a supermarket, and some supermarkets 900 naira. I know it sounds a lot. But like I said, it's not every time. And this is something, a pack can feed, 4 people. So when you break down that cost, you know, you want to have a special breakfast, you have your friends over, that kind of thing.
One of my problems with, because grapes, I love grapes. But the problem is that when you buy that 1,000 naira pack, in like 5 minutes, it has finished.
It has finished.
And everybody's like, I'm like, 1,000 naira, I don't know.
I know.
Very expensive.
I know.
All these fruits here, there's no cheap one.
No, that's what.
Except banana.
And I'm going to go, you know, talk about expensive, cheap fruits as well. Now, grapes, for example, again, what I wanted to highlight here are treats. Sometimes don't say, oh, because this thing is too expensive, I can't have it. You can do it once in a while. And a way to enjoy grapes even more. These grapes here are frozen. Okay. So instead of just, you know, it's a sweeter experience.
Really? Frozen grapes?
Oh, it's really, really, really interesting. So you eat it slower, you won't eat it as fast. And it's just a different way to enjoy the grapes. These are pears as well. Pears they are family of apple. They're kind of expensive. They're like 100 naira for one. Yeah. But it has a bit more vitamin C, or just as much vitamin C as apple. And it's just not as sweet. Sometimes the sweetness of apple gets to me. I don't know if you're like that. Now, part of why we all know pawpaws are easily available here. Watermelon is easily available. I just want people to understand that these are other options. It may be expensive, but you can do it once in a while. Pineapple is an all-time favorite.
But I hear it's too sweet and it can be very good for you.
Yes,
is that true?
I was going to address that as well. They'll say, oh, it has too much sugar, it has too much this, it has too much that. Now, depending on your diet, some people are maybe diabetic. Even if you're diabetic, it's not all fruits that are good for you, because fruits are still sweet and still turn to sugar in your body at the end of the day. But I brought it here because it's a fruit that's easily available, so you shouldn't do it so much. And some people are kind of allergic to pineapple.
But so if you have any difference, is there a difference? Is this one the Benin one or the
Cotonou? No, this is not the Togolese Cotonou one. The Togolese Cotonou one is a slimmer variety and is usually white inside. Yes. This is a bit more yellow.
And sweeter.
Yeah, I prefer this one. But some people like the flavor of that one as well. You know.
But I love pineapple, but I have a weight problem right now.
Okay.
So, but I've heard that, and I think we should tell our viewers.
Yes.
Because if you eat fruit after your meal, it's not good for you. You're not doing the right thing. I used to do that. I stopped that about a couple of months ago when I read it somewhere.
Now, that's the thing. I've heard that before. I've had, always having a weight issue. Hold on, I'm just got back from a holiday to.
You are a cook now. You must have weight issue.
Well, broke every rule. The truth is that I've gone on a diet, lost so much weight before, and it's taking time to put it all the way back. The truth is, there was a point for dinner I was having more or less only fruit. Do you understand? And it worked for me. I've heard that story before where they say, oh, after fruits. And if it works for you, that's why part of what I was saying, if you notice that every time maybe you have like a pineapple, for example, pineapple or citrus that has some acid in it, if you notice that you're reacting to it, you tend to go, and they'll say fruits will make you go to the toilet. But when what is happening in the toilet is very serious, you need to maybe see your doctor or try and change when you're eating your fruit.
I noticed something about when I think more when I was pregnant, because I had a lot of olives when I was pregnant. It was a good excuse.
Not frozen.
It's frozen.
When I have my food, because usually when you're pregnant, you need to be constipated most of the pregnancy. When I take olives on it, grapes. My food tends to digest better. However, when I try other fruits, I don't get that same effect. So I read that stuff what you mentioned about eating fruits after your meal.
Before your meal.
Yeah, that you should eat your fruits before your meal. But I realized when I take the grapes after my meal, I get better digestion. So I think, like what he said, we should listen to what your body is telling you predominantly.
And that's what I said earlier on about eating fruit before. They'll recommend you eat like a grapefruit or just like an apple, just one before your meal, not usually
now give
after.
us options on how, because someone was talking about blending fruits with yogurt. How do you do that? Could you tell us?
Yes,
about fats.
No, that's what I was going to say. Maybe the yogurt you're using had sugar.
Yeah.
Now, in the supermarket near my house, for example, they sell locally made yogurt that doesn't have sugar. And there's like I lived in Kaduna during my NYC year. You have like the one that has millet in it without. You can have the option of sugar without sugar. Now millet is really good for you as well. So that you can take that without sugar and blend it with whatever fruit you like. And something I want to talk about today is about green smoothies.
Okay, let me pause you on green smoothie. Let me take a Melda's call. Good morning, are you there?
Yes.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm interested in the program, and there's a little bit confusion somewhere.
Okay.
You play with fruit. You should consider our own environment and our people. Like Yenny said, she cannot see strawberry on the mainland. I want us to play with the fruit we find around us. It's our environment and it's our body. At least our bodies work better with the fruits we produce down here than bringing exotic fruits. I'm not against it in totality, but then let us try and play with the fruits we have around here. It's only banana and pineapple. I know that we can easily see here. I'm not seeing other fruits. You're bringing strawberry and all that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. All right. I knew I was going to receive this kind of commentary, but people, what I do, people always see on my Instagram page, where did you? I'm like, it's here. Because it's not easily, you don't see it every time, doesn't mean it's not there.
It's not in K2 markets.
Yes, it's not in K2 market. And now the things we see in K2 market are things you already know. Our oranges, our limes, our pawpaw, our pineapple, and the watermelon. Yeah. Now, what I want to talk about doing those, we already know what it is, but how do we incorporate it? Now, what I was going to talk about was, like your watermelon, for example, you can put it in a salad. Watermelon takes pepper even. You can put some dry pepper on it and mix it in a salad.
Really?
Yes, watermelon works well with everything. You can put chili on your watermelon. Your pawpaw, for example, you can eat it with fish. Pawpaw and fish makes a lot of sense.
I've never tried that before.
Oh yes, you can put your apple in a salad that has a bit of chicken in it. It goes very well. You can use your limes to make a salad dressing. So those are things it's just that a few constrictions.
Wait, let me understand the watermelon.
Oh yes.
So I cut my watermelon now.
Yes, and you cut into cubes.
Okay, into cubes.
Into cubes. And you can make a salad, you can have like your lettuce and whatnot, or you can make like a dressing that has vinegar and chili inside and use it to dress your watermelon. Watermelon is sweet, and when it cools, the temperature difference of that heat from the chili and the watermelon works very well. Very, very well.
I can imagine it.
Then I was going to talk about green smoothie. So to Imelda or anybody that's going to call, in the market, go and buy spinach. Spinach, not the green for shoko, no. Just regular, not ugu. Ugu is too bitter.
Which one is spinach? I know spinach is in the bag. We know the spinach is in the American bag. Green. But I'm saying like the one in Nigeria, how do you know spinach in Nigeria?
Which one is Nigerian spinach?
Now the one that's Nigerian, in the market, they'll just say, they'll tell you spinach because I've asked. They say, oh, this one is spinach. Now the green is the one that is a bit long that
Yes.
looks like, I don't know, a
The
plant
regular
on
green,
green, exactly.
Is
So
it shoko that is spinach?
No, it's not shoko. Shoko is different. This green,
It's not ugu.
I
spinach
think
is,
Nigerian spinach is ugu.
It's ugu now.
no, ugu is, how like spinach? Ugu is a bit more bitter than spinach.
Spinach, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can even use ugu self if you can handle the bitterness, and because
That's fine.
ugu you have to cook it up normally. But if you can handle why not? Put it in your smoothie. You get pawpaw, you get bananas. Bananas, another tip. A banana is going bad, don't throw it away. Chop it up, put it in a bag and put it in your freezer. When you want to make a smoothie, instead of adding ice, you put that in your blender with your watermelon, your pawpaw, and add your spinach to it. Why are you adding spinach to it? Greens, chlorophyll, it's really good for you, antioxidants. It fights so many diseases, it keeps your immune system going. It's good for you. Beetroot, how many of us know beetroot?
I know
beetroot, boil it down, stick it in your freezer, add it to your smoothies. It's super good. Look at the color of beetroot.
I got it. We have it in the can.
We
This can,
do.
it's not fresh
They
though.
sell it. It's in the market.
I see the canned ones. I don't
It's
see the
not
fresh
in the
one.
can. That's the thing. It's in the market. Many people see me buy something. They're like,
Where did you
"What
get
are
I
you
saw
using for?"
golden melon.
Let me
It's
it's
at the end, it's
delicious.
cheap.
Yeah.
It's not an expensive thing.
Let me take
It's-
this call. Good morning.
beetroot is
Are
not
you there?
expensive.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Yes.
This is Gemma calling from Ikoton.
Yeah, go
Hi.
ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Hi, go ahead.
Excuse me. Hello?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm Auntie Melda Smith. I just want to buttress my auntie's point. What my auntie was trying to say is that those fruits there, they are international fruits.
Yes.
Like the pear,
Yes.
the berry, the strawberry, and the grape. They are not grown here.
Okay.
So 50% of the nutritional value it's supposed to have, it will not have it because they are imported.
Okay.
They are imported fruits. So the nutritional value that is supposed to be there will not be there.
All
If
right.
you mention fruits that are grown from Nigeria,
All right.
Okay.
Let me answer. Thank you very much.
Can
Let me answer it because I want her to understand that I've understood you.
Okay.
From what he has said, is that there are other fruits here that we can use. So there's bananas, there's watermelon, right?
Yes,
There's pineapples,
pineapple.
there are oranges. Now, and again, one tip you just gave to us is that you can freeze your old bananas
That's going bad.
that's going bad. Put it in the freezer as ice cubes.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You now put the ice cubes in your blender, put your watermelon, put your whatever
Pawpaw,
fruit, pawpaw,
whatever.
and move ugu inside, blend it,
And drink.
and drink. Oh my goodness, fantastic.
I
I'm gonna
was
do
going
that.
to say something that, sometimes as Nigerians, we tend to choose what we like from the, in quotes, imported Western culture. We choose the nice shoes, we choose the nice bags, but why can't we embrace something like a good fruit? I mean,
But
it's
selective.
Not, it was
No, we're
selective.
not embracing it. We're
No,
just saying
no,
that
I'm just-
they're not easily accessible.
But he's saying it
I'm
is.
saying that it's there, and it's different. It's not every time. I'm not saying that you need to do this every time. I'm not championing only these fruits.
Yes.
There's a pineapple. We wish we could have more here today, but we already know there's pawpaw existing, and people need to. I'm just trying to explain to people that, like, for your pawpaw and the fruits we already know, there are different ways that we can eat. Like I said, incorporate it in your salad. Make sure that you cut it up. You can even, for making smoothies at home, please, if you are watching, don't wait to start cutting your pawpaw and your pineapple when you want to make your smoothie. Take a few hours, when you're free, cut everything up, divide it into little bags or little plastics, stick in your freezer. So when it's time, just dump it all in. Then your yogurt, if you're adding yogurt, make sure it's sugar-free, natural yogurt.
Let me take this call from Francis. Good morning, Francis. Are you there?
Yes, Moraya and Co. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please, the other lady you got last week said, you people promised of bringing her again, and this man came here again. Please, we would like to have addresses and contacts of these people, because some of us don't know about this information that are passing. That is why television, watching your program is informative. So we would like to have their contact.
All right.
And then know them so that we can go further from what they are saying.
We on Twitter, we gave the contacts of the doctor that came last week. Her contacts are on Twitter, all over Twitter, on Facebook. We also give his own contacts also on Facebook and Twitter pages. All right, let's see some tweets.
Adore Adelore says, everyone has his or her choice of fruits. Can you mention or expatiate on curable diseases of fruits, please? Curable
fruits that can
cure diseases. I think that's what he meant. He said curable fruits.
Fruits that can cure diseases. Did you want to read a few more tweets?
No, you go on, because I hear that watermelon is a very good anti-cancer fruit.
Most fruits and vegetables are naturally anti-cancer.
Yes.
You know, natural anti-cancer, have antioxidants on. The truth is, you just now have to really change your diet, especially if you are
he's
sick.
a chef. He's not. His
Not
job
a
is to cook.
nutritionist.
No, he can't really tell us.
But I have an idea.
Yeah.
I've had an idea. I've read in the past. But the truth is, if you want to use like natural eating to cure a few issues, or you want to go on a serious diet to change your body, you feel like maybe you've come out of a sickness. You know, you're fine from the hospital. You really want your immune system and your body to be back to 100%. You need to maybe go on maybe 3 months, and all you're eating is raw to just halfway cooked food and things like that.
On a typical day,
Yes.
give us a morning, afternoon, dinner kind of situation of what you can do. Okay, in the morning, you can have a smoothie.
Okay. So in the morning, in the morning, have a smoothie. Take whatever fruits you have and experiment. Play with it. You try and use water, frozen fruits to in your smoothies. Use fat-free yogurt if you have to use any creamy thing. For lunch, try and put apples, orange segments, pawpaw segments with apple in your salad. In your
There's
salad.
no food inside this.
No, wait, wait, in your salad.
Rice
No, that's it. If you're having your rice, if you're having rice, for example, and you're just trying to have it, maybe reduce the portion of your rice slightly and add a bit more fruit and vegetable to your plate. You can have your rice, you can have your eba, why not? But just, make sure that you're having adding so that your food can go down properly. Then for dinner, if you just want to have fruit alone, they sell fresh mint leaves, very easily available now, very cheap, 100 naira in K2 market. Mint leaves, fresh mint leaves. Imagine. Chop it up in your fruit salad, and it's more interesting than just boring fruit.
Yeah, Jumoke Olawode James has tweeted, "I buy strawberries every weekend, baby, and it's 1,000 naira for almost 20 pieces." So that's for people like us who are saying they are too expensive.
So, in the typical Nigerian breakfast, give me, is it beans? Breakfast?
No,
ogi. In your ogi, there's this lady, her name is Muslim Hani on Instagram. She added beetroot to her ogi. Really? Gave it a beautiful color and is making the ogi even a bit more healthy.
Wow. Is ogi healthy?
Yes. Ogi corn.
Ogi is healthy.
Corn.
It's not healthier when you
it's actually quite starchy. Don't just have too much. It's corn, so it's pretty good.
Then for dinner, you have what? Do you do dinner?
Stick to fruits.
No, dinner. If you're just going to do fruits, like I said, add fresh mint leaves.
Okay.
They're very cheap to your fruits. Then if you're going to have your regular dinner, just have maybe an apple or a grapefruit before dinner. So that
we still need to bring it back because I always have this thing of eating fish at night, and I would love to eat fish, but you can't eat fish in Nigeria unless you cook it with sauce. How else can you?
If you just want to make fish, it's very simple. Get very simple marinade I learned from one of my cooks. Yes, I'll bring the fish. Put atarodo, ginger, garlic, and whatever seasoning you like. Salt. I don't know, whatever cube you like. Just blend it. Put small, very tiny.
Blend the fish?
No. Blend all of that in a blender. The atarodo, the ginger, the garlic. Chook the fish whole like this. Put inside and put in your oven with foil paper.
It will be so sweet.
Just add small time. Experiment in your kitchen. Don't allow me even make your own rules. Stick in the oven. And you eat half and you.
I'm doing that today.
I'm coming to your house for dinner.
Can I have some grapes, please? I like to eat grapes.
Can I eat? Mariah likes food. Go.
I love.
She's a
foodie. But this is really good. So this is our breakfast, right?
I beg. Yes, it's not only her. Please let me to eat.
So you can have grapes.
Don't fall for God.
You can add your grapes to your breakfast, your oats, your Quaker oats.
To your oats.
You can cut it up. You can chop it up instead of putting sugar. Right?
Instead of putting sugar to reduce your whole sugar intake.
Our cameramen are looking at me. Come on, don't worry. Actually, we'll leave some for you. On that note, any questions, ladies? Tweeters?
No.
Somebody on Twitter said spinach is efotete.
Efotete. Okay.
That's spinach, not efotete. So
thank you.
Another person is saying is water leaf, so please.
No, water leaf. No, water leaf is tiny, not that one.
All right.
These grapes are sweet, oh.
Very sweet. Don't forget.
There is God.
You're making them jealous.
Of your view at 11:30 p.m. today, and you can watch repeat episodes on YouTube. I go to YouTube/TV Entertainment and look for your view. Ebola virus
is real.
It's a deadly disease. And also cure. Maintaining a high level of personal hygiene and cleanliness is the key to avoiding disease. Please. Steve, be careful. God bless you.
Oh,
Where are you? I'm going to fight. Bye-bye.
Talk about your river.